City.
What's up, everybody? Joe here from Podcast Rock City, and with me this week is Mr. Jody Havnot.
Greetings, world.
Mr. Sonny Hollywood Pooney.
What's up? I'm just getting off cake and ice cream because my birthday's in like 3 days, so we've been celebrating today.
Yes, big birthday boy. I don't mean big as in big. You're not.
Oh, why you got to be like that?
I'm sorry.
Already? We're like 10 seconds in.
And Joey Casada.
First of all, if I don't start getting a better intro than Sonny, I'm quitting the show again. That's it. I'm out.
All right, I promise next week it's going to kick ass.
So, check this out.
All right.
One of my presents today.
Oh, my God.
Oh, shit. Michael Sweet, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
That's badass, dude.
Washburn. The
That's
wife got
sweet.
it for me.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Has anyone actually, have we seen this fictitious wife that he keeps talking about?
That is a hell of a point. That's a hell of a point. I just want to point that out. Well, here's the thing. I have never met anybody in my entire life that owns 25 guitars and doesn't even know how to play a G chord.
Nope. I could tell it was in tune because the girls and I were arguing whether it was in tune or not, and Sweetwater sent it tuned up. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is.
I love how they send you that little candy bag. That's sweet.
Hey, I didn't get the candy bag. I think I got gypped.
What?
That's awesome. Hey, you guys, thank you for tuning in to Podcast Rock City Live. If you're listening to this on the podcast on iTunes or Google or Amazon or wherever we are, you can join us every week, 5 o'clock, on our Facebook page or on our YouTube page. And you can contribute to the show and answer questions as we go along. Right now, there's 17 of you guys in the room. Share the show while we're going. Obviously, there's not a whole lot of Kiss news, but that doesn't mean that there's not news. So let's get to the news.
Podcast Rock City News.
This week, it's obviously not connected directly to the band Kiss, but Eddie Van Halen died this week, and as a guitar player that does not even come close to being anywhere near as good as Eddie Van Halen, just as a guitar player that admires the ability and the amazingness that was his guitar playing. It's been, for me, I don't know, it's been kind of sad. What about you? Jody, you're a guitar player. Were you ever an Eddie guy?
Not really, man. I mean, I appreciate that he was talented, and he was an innovator, and he is kind of like a goalpost. I mean, you got Hendrix, and then the next guy was Eddie. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I don't really like all the like crappy '80s bands that he inspired. You know what I mean? I think that. Right. Part of what was wrong with a lot of those hair bands is they wanted to be Van Halen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's only one Van Halen.
Yeah, I think he was really talented, though, and definitely had a killer tone. But, I don't have any Van Halen records or anything. I do like some other songs, but I prefer that Van Hagar, believe it or not. So, I don't know. I'm in the minority.
No, that's fine. Still Eddie's in the band.
True.
Joey, you were saying before we got started, did this really hit you?
Yeah, usually, I mean, obviously so many artists die and I don't know a lot of them. And, I feel bad, of course, I never like to hear anyone passing, but Eddie passing seemed like it was, I don't know, closer to home for some reason. It felt a little closer to home, whether, I don't know if it was because of his age or, obviously I knew he was really sick. I know some people in his inner circle, so I didn't know that he was really not doing well, but I still didn't expect to hear that he passed. And when he did pass, I just, I always think of Van Halen as like not obviously they're not a young band, of course not, but I always think of Van Halen as one of the newer bands for some reason, not like Zeppelin and the Beatles. And, I always think of Van Halen of that next generation. So to hear that they're starting to pass now too is like, whoa, holy shit.
Yeah, now it's into the '80s dudes instead of just the '70s guys dying off,
Right,
right?
right.
Yeah, that's
I feel you there,
hell of a
man.
point. Sonny?
I'm more of a Van Hagar guy. I'm coming in right as 84 is getting big and they're moving to 5150. So I've always been a Van Hagar guy, and I'm a big Sammy guy. I did not realize what Eddie meant to guitar players until much later in my musical journey, right? So I was probably 20 plus by the time I realized that this guy's, he was doing stuff way back when. And all these other guys are kind of copying him and can't copy him as well. I saw them live several times. I saw all Carnations except for David Lee Roth, actually. I even saw the Gary Sharon, and I thought it was great too. Eddie is a special talent, no doubt about that. When you listen to the music, it comes out. My only bone to pick with Eddie is, man, you could have put out another 10 albums probably. And I think what's coming out now, and you're hearing it little by little, Sammy was kind of the first to say it. I think David said it now, that Alex and Eddie were more like savants and just doing the music, but they didn't really have the business sense. So if anybody wanted to get anything done, it was like David or Sammy going, we should do another album. We should go tour. We should blah. And I guess on the surface, I'm like, really? No way. But then you think about it, it's like ever since Sammy's been gone, they haven't done much. So maybe that is right. I don't know.
Do you guys, one of the things for me about Eddie Van Halen is find any live footage where he, or even a video where he's playing a guitar and he's got that serious guitar player look on his face. Never did he? He always had that smile, like, I'm doing he was always grinning. That was one of the things that I loved about him, man. Even when go to the Hot for Teacher video, when he's playing the Hot for Teacher, the solo, he's smiling, pointing the guitar at the camera. He's walking down the lunch tables or whatever he's walking down. He's smiling while he's doing. You're like, man, it's like, I wonder. I don't think that was something that was ever directed to him. Hey, Eddie, listen, this is what we need you to do. You're going to be the guy that's smiling all the time. Hell no. I think he just was. I think he just was happy.
I think Van Halen doesn't get. I mean, obviously they do get a lot of credit, but I don't think they get enough credit as far as they influenced. And Jody mentioned it earlier. Whether you think it's good or bad. All of those bands in the 80s that came after them, all of those, when music became fun and lighthearted and party atmosphere and, girls and alcohol and blah, 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 that was all started with Van Halen. None of that stuff was, 70s rock and roll was very serious. Even that early 80s British invasion stuff, all very serious driven stuff. And Van Halen was the first band to really show fun, party atmosphere, and that really to me influenced all of those 80s hair metal bands, and that really ruled the 80s all the way until grunge, from 78 when Van Halen came out all the way until Nirvana. That party atmosphere was what ruled the airwaves,
and it was more fun. Music definitely was more fun in the 80s, as far as like, even if you watch the videos, you could never make some of those videos now, just because of the, half-naked chicks and
pies landing in crotches.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm the same way. I wish there was more Van Halen. Eddie went and didn't do a record so he could do the soundtrack for a porno and which was really strange, but he did it, I guess, just because he could.
I do not know this story. What is this story?
He did he did the sound, or maybe he did a couple of songs on a soundtrack for a porn.
I've never heard that before.
Joe would know that.
I'm not sure if Joe should go to fact check this.
Okay, Sonny, Google it.
Google it. Yeah, Sonny, you Google it. There's only 4 kids living here.
Oh no, good point.
Something tells me that's already on Joe's Google machine. Whatever.
It isn't. No,
He's got an open window all day long.
Okay, I did Ages of Rock this week, and obviously we talked about Eddie Van Halen. We were going to talk about Joan Jett, And instead, we talked about Eddie Van Halen, and I brought it up, and they Googled it after I said it, and they actually found the name of the movie. Eddie Van Halen did, in fact, here. I will ask my phone. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Did you guys give away any like used Van Halen CDs on Growing Up Rock?
You know, I don't
No.
know. Right in the balls right there.
I'll tell you.
You guys are evil. Sonny, when it comes to Eddie Van Halen passing this early, what do you think this is? How do you think this is going to affect music?
I don't know if it does, to be honest with you. He wasn't really doing anything in music, right? So basically what it does is has everybody recollecting his legacy and listening to every Van Halen song that's out there now instead of 15 or 20 years from now when somebody else passes, right? So I don't know if it changes music at all. All the music he was going to change, he already changed. Anybody he was going to influence, he's already influenced, and they're influencing others. I just don't see it changing much. Now, supposedly, all that stuff he has on the shelf, I don't know if you've seen this YouTube video of his recording studio, but none of that stuff was cataloged, and Wolfie has access to all that stuff. I don't know if Wolfie will be the only one that will be able to get away with doing something with his dad's stuff. Somebody grabbing it and just throwing it on something, I don't know if that works out well. Putting a record together and then going and trying to tour Van Halen without Eddie in it's absolutely stupid. Let's not even go there, right? So it'll be interesting. Like what the Prince Vault guys are doing is good. The estate is handling it pretty well. They don't really re-release anything without adding stuff to it, which is cool.
Yeah.
They're probably doing it too fast. Like if they pieced it out a little bit, it could last the next 30 years. But even in that video, Eddie says that everything that's on that shelf, he's the only one that understands any of it. So I don't know if anybody's going to be able to understand what's there.
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, when artists like Eddie pass, he becomes more of an influence. So, I mean, unfortunately and fortunately. So I think sometimes the younger generation doesn't appreciate these people until they are gone. And now that they're gone, they're like, oh, Eddie Van Halen, let me listen to this. Let me listen to Van Halen. So, obviously it's good because they're going to be listening to Van Halen and you're going to be hearing a lot more of Van Halen. I read somewhere like Van Halen CDs and music spiked 6,000%. But, it's sad that it takes someone's passing to do that. Just like, all the greats in the past, whether it was Hendrix and Bonham and all these people, they became legends as soon as they passed. Eddie, of course, was already a legend. But, now that he passed young and early and, his musical influence, I think, will always be there forever. And I think it's going to be even more impactful now, if anything.
Here in 2006, Eddie Van Halen cut straight to the chase and recorded 2 songs for the soundtrack of a porn film called Sacred Sin, directed by his friend, adult video director Michael Nin, starring Joey Quesada. I never knew that. But that is the thing right there. I had read about it.
I'm sure you've only read about it, Joe. He's read about it.
He reads Playboy magazines, too.
Can you see that? I'm thrusting. You can't see that, but anyway.
Has him, finger tapping on some chick's part.
All right. Let's go away from that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jody. It was a great visual, though. I took Prince's passing harder. Honestly,
Me too, man.
Still,
Me
this was brutal because I just keep thinking I don't think of Eddie Van Halen as an old man, and obviously cancer could get anybody.
How old was he? 65?
65.
Yeah. It's pretty old, dude.
No, I it's pretty old for a person that lived as reckless as he lived, right?
Yeah, totally.
But okay, so let's talk about the Kiss connection. Obviously, the thing that kind of pissed me off was 20 minutes after Eddie Van Halen's death, the first thing I see is how long do you think it's going to be before Gene Simmons is on the news going, I discovered Van Halen.
He's been everywhere. anybody who will listen.
But here's the thing, and the first thing that I saw, he did mention it, but he goes, but that's not what we're talking about. He said, he goes, I found Van Halen in this club in 1970, blah, and he goes, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Eddie. And I'm sorry, but I know Gene he's an actor, and no matter what we all want to say about his acting, he can act. And he wasn't acting when he was on camera. He was sad. He was visibly shaken. You guys think so?
He can act? I just saw the movie Extract. Have you ever seen that movie with Jason Bateman and Gene Simmons is the lawyer?
I had no idea he was.
Yeah.
Is he bald in that movie?
No, 2009. His hair is jacked though. It's 2009. It's a movie called Extract, and Mila Kunis in it, and Gene Simmons is a lawyer. He
has a big part. Does he have a big part?
It's a significant part. He doesn't show up until about halfway into the movie, but it's a significant part.
I've never
heard of it. Earlier this week, I saw Never Too Young to Die. Gene can't act, dude.
No. He can't. If he can act, I know what you're saying.
Can't.
He's never been in good movies.
He's been paid for acting. He can't.
Well,
he's definitely not a good actor. I mean, I do enjoy some of his movies. Runaway, I thought was great. I really enjoyed Wanted Dead or Alive, but that doesn't, just because the movies are good doesn't mean he's a good actor. He's not good.
Okay, that's the first poll of the show right now. All you guys out there that are watching live, let me know. Give me a thumbs up emoji if Gene is just say if Gene's a good actor, write good. If he's a bad actor, write bad.
I see a lot of poop emojis coming. Here we go.
I'll tell you what. I've watched almost every episode of Joey's show now, and maybe my judgment of what good acting is.
Whoa! Joe, you don't want to go down this road.
I'm teasing.
Usually I go after Sonny, but I can shift. I can shift over one box very easily.
I'm just kidding.
My so-called wife that doesn't exist asked me the other day, "How long have you known Joey?" I'm like, "Not that long." She goes, "You guys bicker like you've known each other forever." I go, "Well, he fell in hate very, very quickly."
It's not real. Everybody knows you guys love each other.
Sonny, does she have a crush on me?
No. She likes brown guys, dude. Look.
Oh, hey, look. He's like, I'm brown.
That's racist, yes.
Sonny. Like, Sonny is dying. We got to get him to 51. Everybody slow down. Okay, so let's talk about how about the 3 songs that Gene recorded? It was with Eddie and Alex, correct?
Yeah.
So,
depending on who you believe, Dave was there too.
Oh, really?
Oh, I never heard. Is that true too? I never heard that.
I don't know. So there's a that whole story about Eddie did the Christine 16 solo, and then Gene went and told Ace, "You got to do this note for note." Well, there's a sister story to that Dave is in the room trying to translate what Gene wants to Eddie to make it simple enough for Ace. I don't know how Dave would translate it.
Right. And I can't imagine they were even close to sober enough to try to translate what Gene was saying.
I don't know. I would bet that Gene said, if you're coming in here, you gotta.
No way.
No
you think
way?
they're listening? No, they're not listening to Gene. That they don't give a shit.
But at this point, they weren't signed, right?
Not yet.
So listening to Gene, I don't know, might have been.
Maybe you're right.
I don't know. Okay, so what did they do? Tunnel Love, Christine 16, and what else?
Got Love for Sale.
Yeah.
Got Love for Sale. I was just listening to them before we got started, and the Christine 16 thing is dead on. As far as Ace went ahead and played that solo note for note, pretty much anyway. And then you can tell it's Eddie though, can't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That buttery notes. Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. I remember the first time I ever heard that was at Karen's house because Sonny brought the vault to Atlanta. Remember? And like fucking Chris Czynszak stopped the whole party. And he's like, "Look, everybody shut the fuck up. I got to hear these songs after 30 years.
It was
We all
Aaron.
shut up. It was Aaron.
It was
Oh, yeah,
Aaron.
it was Aaron. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool.
Like
though, man.
mid beer. He was like in the middle of his like 8th beer.
Yeah, that was a good time, man.
Joe, where were you at that time? I think you were sitting in line
Yeah, he
for
was
some
in
guy
line.
with a bunch of V's in his name.
And the purse.
I was waiting to meet Vinnie Vincent. By the way, for all you guys out there that know that I'm doing this, we have the countdown. Is January. January will be 3 years ago that Vinnie Vincent said in a group of people, that not only will you get one box set, you will get two. And for those people, I guess, that purchased the box set, and of course, we haven't heard another word about that since. And so remember, Vinny, time is ticking.
You just have to show your receipt from 1995 from your Apple IIc that was 23 computers ago.
Yeah. And we lost Jody. There he is. And
Oh, there I
am. And the
am. What the hell? I was like,
so yeah, that's where I was. But the vault really was the first. That was the first time we ever got a real official release of those songs.
I would have to think those 3 songs sold the vault for Gene. I mean, that's the thing everyone wanted to hear, right? I mean, obviously the meet and greets, of course, is what really everyone wanted, but those are the only songs people were really interested in, right?
Okay, I'll say yes for somewhat, yeah. But I'll tell you this: I've listened to just about everything on it, and I've been pleasantly surprised with what I've got to hear. Just because you get to see, I love the before and afters. You know how the songs turned out, but you're hearing them where they were being recorded, and
right.
and sometimes you even hear Gene saying his ideas, on CD, and I think that's wonderful. And I'll tell you that the book in the vault is amazing. It's an amazing thing. If you just sit there and put a CD on and listen to it and read everything, you don't miss anything. Gene did great with that.
Yeah, Joey, I think for the most part, people were interested in probably 3 things. One was absolutely the Van Halen demos. That was for me, for sure. Second was anything before, like the first Kiss album. Like,
right.
What didn't make it? What does this Raft song sound like? Blah, blah, blah. And then again, for me, and I think a lot of people agree with me, were there 80 songs that got cut? Like, was he doing songs in the 80s that Paul didn't like? And when you start digging into it a little bit, there were some songs that could have made 80s albums that either Paul voted against, didn't listen to, or Gene didn't bring. I'm not sure exactly where that was at, but there's some good songs in there that I'm like, I think we all listened to it and said, how come that didn't end up on Asylum? How come that didn't end up on Crazy Nights? That kind of thing.
What was the song that we were going to do, Sonny, at the Rockin' Pod?
oh, yeah.
What was that song?
I remember what the hell it was called.
Yeah, me too.
I Wait?
Yeah, I think so.
I Wait?
Yeah.
If you guys out there have not heard this song, take 5 minutes after the show, of course, and put on I Wait. Go find it. It's got to be on YouTube by now.
Yeah.
It's called I Wait.
We kind of tracked a rough demo.
Yeah. It's really, really great song. Gene sounds terrific. It's great. It's really good. Yeah. And so all right, so we're back to Eddie Van Halen. If you guys now, I was just at a record store recently, and the guy only had 1 copy, and it was for himself, and it was basically the vinyl of all of the Van Halen that Gene recorded. And I'd only listened to it a couple of times years ago when I had the opportunity, and he put it on, and man, Gene he recorded some good stuff with them, I thought. Did you guys ever hear the Gene Simmons demos with Van Halen? But Gene
was just kind of finance, right?
Yeah, I don't think Gene was a hands-on. When they say producer, I don't think that means hands-on, the songwriting and arrangement-wise. I think, like Jody just says, I think Gene was literally the finance guy. Hey, throw these guys in the studio. here's 10 grand, record these songs for them.
But I thought that he said that he did the producing for the demos.
He always says that.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, all right. So
when you're the financer, you are technically the producer, but that doesn't mean you're the hands-on arrangement producer guy. You know what I mean?
Jody. Oh, I'm losing Jody. Yeah, you're T-painting. Normally it's me. I've lost Jody. Here I'm gonna drop him out for a second. Come back. All right, I think.
Try to drop Sonny out for a second. See what it looks like. Just a 2 minutes ago.
See if you can shrink Joey's nose. Is there a way to do that? Can you make his like
mercy? So I think we lost Jody. All right, he'll probably come back. Okay, so but when I heard that stuff, it is heavier than it was when the album actually came out. When the Van Halen record actually came out, it wasn't nearly as heavy as it was on the Gene Simmons.
I remember those. What songs didn't make the first record? What were the songs that were on that? Wasn't there a couple? Was She's the Woman? She's on that? Isn't that the one from Different Kind of Truth?
Yeah, I don't remember, but there was, I think, 3 songs that didn't make it or something like that. Yeah, I think it's more interesting depending on who you believe, whether did Eddie want to join Kiss, did Eddie didn't want to join Kiss,
no
right?
Way.
So Paul says no. Gene says Paul wasn't at lunch. Vinny was.
Right.
So somebody's got to ask Vinny, I guess.
Yeah, because he'll tell the truth.
No, that's funny. Okay, so let's see. What are some of the comments? Gene was all over BBC News last week talking about.
And Gene has said Gene hasn't said anything bad about Eddie. So don't get me wrong there. I just think it's interesting. Gene's been on 15 different news sites talking about Van Halen. Like, I get it. Everybody's going to call you and ask you your opinion, but do you gotta be on everybody's? Like that part's a little weird.
Right. Just send out a blanket statement. Like that one video that I saw of him looked, he really did look, a little hurt and devastated, and he got a little choked up. Release that, and that's it. Don't start going through all the media rounds. I agree.
Yeah. Jody, you're back with us. He's frozen again.
Yeah, it looks like he's about to say something, but he's frozen.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to speak unless he's playing a good joke on us.
He's not even blinking.
All right, so look, that's the thing. Rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen. This is definitely the end of. You can't put that band together with a new guitar player, and it's not.
Now, even if they do a tribute show or something, that's fine. I don't mind stuff like that with with Alex and Wolfie and stuff like that. That would be nice. Don't get me wrong, but obviously Van Halen is gone. If that's a given.
There's only a few guys that could even come close to doing it. Well, first, knock out all the folks that are in the tribute bands and all that, because you can't have a nobody. That's not going to work, right? So that leaves you with what? Betancourt? But
even that, they wouldn't do it anyway. If anything, what they would do is they would have everyone. They would have all the biggest guitar players in the world do a song each and add it like a tribute show.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. That would be the only way to even do it justice at all. You can never have someone go play Eddie Van Halen's parts at a show.
Right. And obviously we're getting ahead of ourselves because he's just died.
I can tell you one thing that's going to happen, though. You will have, because Van Halen is basically done, you will have a Van Halen tribute show that's signed to some Las Vegas residency for the next 5 years. And they play every Saturday every Sunday, every Monday, 3 out of 4 weeks a month.
Yeah.
Kind of like, they're doing for Prince and some of these other guys. I guarantee that happens because that will bring people.
Yeah.
Van Halen, is, like I said before, even though obviously they get a lot of credit, Van Halen, but I still don't think they get the credit they deserve. You're going to see now Van Halen is going to be in the same category with Led Zeppelin and The Who and all these major classic rock bands. Van Halen is one of those bands. And even if people didn't ever recognize them until now, especially now that Eddie's gone, you're going to see them immortalized and be one of the biggest bands ever.
That is completely it's completely possible. We'll have to wait and see. Lots is obviously going to be coming out and happening because all these guitar players, if they were to say a year from now, 6 months from now, we're going to do this, guitar players would come out of the woodwork to do it. All right, so that's the news, the unfortunate news. Let's get to the one of 50 topics of the week.
Podcast Rock City topic of the week.
All right, you guys, if you haven't seen this yet, it's from the Rock Archives. I guess it's like Hard Rock Magazine. It's all Kiss from beginning to end. I mean, there is not a page that doesn't have Kiss on it. Of course, until you get to a page without Kiss. But there, as far as I know, from reading as much as I've read so far, it goes through. Hey, you guys want to see one of the very cool, interesting pictures? I don't know if I'm breaking the law right here. I'm not really sure. Check that picture out right there. Oh wait, you see what that is?
Is that from what? Runaway?
Yeah, it's
black and blue.
Tommy Thayer.
Yeah,
with his blonde hair. Anyway, inside this is a buyer's guide. Kiss buyer's guide, and they have a list of essential classics, superior reputation cementing records, and that's what it says. And then it says good albums that are worth exploring, and of course, avoid records. And I figured that we would read these and see if there was anything that we would take off or put on. So let's start. Hopefully Jody will be back.
Joe, before you start, can I please comment? Am I crazy, or do we have all new graphics this week?
we had them last week.
We had them last week.
These things, they're absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
I
Jody
love them.
Jody made them.
Jody, great job. I mean, seriously, now I really understand who the power is behind the show.
Yes.
They look killer.
Sonny. You guys.
I see obviously, and I think it's just me and Jody from now on.
The Joey and Jody show.
And Jody can never sign on because of his internet, so it'll be just me with the new graphics.
Well, listen, there's actually new graphics. So whenever anybody says anything that I don't like, they actually get one of these.
No, seriously, not even joking around. They look killer. I can't believe it. They look great.
Yeah, Jody did a wonderful job.
Awesome.
Okay, so essential records. There's only in this magazine five records that are essential to anybody that's, I guess, trying to discover Kiss. The first one is Kiss. It has to be on there, right?
No.
No.
Go ahead.
No? Okay, let's talk about that. All right, how about this? Kiss, Alive, Destroyer, Alive 2, Creatures of the Night.
I was 0 for 5.
I got
for 5.
I've got a couple of those. So the way I look at it is, again, when I think essential Kiss, I would never put Destroyer and Alive 2, or I would never put the first Kiss album and Kiss Alive, because you're just repeating songs, and you're getting better versions on a live one than you're getting on Kiss. Almost the same way with the live two. So I don't like to repeat versions like that.
What it says in the essentials is that these are the classic albums.
Yes, but if you're going to get, let's say, when you say essential albums, I think, okay, Desert Island albums, or a new fan, a brand new fan. What 5 albums are you going to give a brand new fan to get into Kiss? I wouldn't give them Kiss and a live one.
Okay.
It does to me. It doesn't make sense.
All right, so let's do this. I'll name off the record. We'll decide if we agree that it belongs on the Essential Classic Kiss album release. You guys ready? I'll ask each of you. So the first one is the first record Kiss. Jody, is it an essential record to own?
I think so. Yeah.
Sonny?
Like a greatest hits.
Yeah, just subtract Kissing Time, but yeah.
Yeah, original press.
Yeah.
Joey.
Well, let me preface it by saying all the Kiss records are essential. Number one, before we go any further.
Nice.
But
somebody's trying to get another tour.
No, I'm serious. I mean, obviously, I would recommend all the Kiss records.
Casada. Just say what you want.
But Gene, if you need me, call me. But seriously, no, I think the first Kiss record is not essential. I think the recordings are subpar. The versions of the songs are subpar. To me, if you're going to put a live one on the essential list, you don't need Kiss.
Yeah,
Okay.
true.
And I love that record, so I think it belongs on there. Okay, Alive, essential, Jody?
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Sonny?
All day long.
Nope.
Wow.
Because if I was giving this to a new fan and I wanted them to check out Kiss, Alive is not one of the records I would give them. I'm not giving them a record.
Sonny.
Joey?
No, give him the X. Give him that button. What are you doing, Joe? Give him the X.
Oh,
Where's
my
that sound
bad.
effect? Go.
I'm sorry. I'm
Do it.
behind. I'm
Sonny,
behind.
say
My
it.
bad.
Wait. Perfect.
I'm sorry. I'm not prepared.
Jody, while you signed off before, I was mentioning how great the graphics are. If Joe knows how to use them.
Yeah, right on, man. Hey, I got the other ones for the next game show too, so wait till you see those. They're
All
pretty
right,
sweet.
Cool. All right. So, yeah. All right, you guys out there. I know that we sometimes, and it's very rare that we say anything you disagree with.
Yeah.
But always remember that we do this show because we love you. All right. Destroyer. Jody.
Gotta have it, man.
Sonny
Essential to me.
says no. And
No.
Joey says...
Again, I love Destroyer, and the way I think of essential records is different. I would rather listen to any of the Live 2 versions than Destroyer. So if I can only pick 5, I can't pick Destroyer and a Live 2. I can't have both. So I'm going to go with the Live 2. So I'm going to say no, Destroyer is not one of the essential 5.
Oh, so I didn't hear that part of it. So we're picking our essential 5?
Well,
Right, there's only 5 essential
wait. Hold on.
records.
Time out.
That's the truth, then I don't want the first one on there.
Hold on. These are we're just saying whether or not we agree with this magazine.
Oh, okay.
Right, the
Okay.
magazine has the top 5 essential Kiss records to own.
Right. So do you agree that it is an essential? They only put 5. When the next group of records has 10. So they didn't do a certain amount, like 5 at a time or anything like
Right.
that. But anyway, so all right. So Alive 2. Did I already do that one?
Nope.
No. Jody. Son of a
It's
gun,
frozen.
he froze again. I don't know.
Sonny, go ahead.
Go
Damn.
ahead, Sonny.
Jody agrees with me. That's a big fat no.
What the? Give me Joe. Give him the X.
It's too complicated. I'm reading people's questions. Somebody who wrote that Hollywood was wrong.
Everyone.
Glenn Bennett.
Yeah.
I agree with him. I am wrong. Doesn't matter.
And Jody, you say Alive 2 belongs or doesn't belong?
Am I here? Like you guys
You're
can
here.
hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
now, yeah.
Okay. This is fucked up. I think it's essential, man. I love that album. It's one of my favorites.
All right, here's the one. Look, at Sonny is like, these motherfuckers. And I agree. I agree. I agree just because of Ace's solos. Just saying. It's so fast and it's so killer. And Gene
Better
is
versions of most songs, especially
Yeah,
like Ladies' Room, 10 times better. Shout it out loud. Detroit.
Wow.
Everything on there is better than the studio.
All
like
right,
Joey
now
said.
people are being mean, Sonny. I'm so sorry.
That's your co-host.
Who wrote that? Oh my, that's disgusting.
I can't see that on my end.
It's Gasada.
It says Sonny is an idiot.
Someone hacked my account.
Yeah.
I hear it's easy to do something like that. All right, here's the one where we're gonna get a mixed bag. I think essential classics. Last one, number 5, Creatures of the Night. Jody,
To me, not so much.
Sonny,
Nope.
Joey.
Again, yes. To me, essential means I'm going to give someone 5 records to learn about Kiss. Creatures is one of them because it shows another variation of Kiss. I don't want to give them 5 records with the same song, same style. I'm going to give them 5 records that shows the whole gamut of what Kiss is about. And Creatures to me is a big part of that. Creatures is that turning point, heavy record, different vibes, so different than, Dress to Kill or especially the first record. So I think Creatures is absolutely essential.
You put the Elder in there, Joey, since it shows such a different side, though.
Believe it or not, the Elder was close to me. I wouldn't call it, if I had more than 5, I would have. But again, so if you want to hear my 5 would be the 2 Alive albums, of course, just because to me, those 2 show everything about Kiss from 74 to 79. That is
Absolutely.
Kiss. If you want to hear what Kiss was about in the 70s, it's those 2 records. Then I give them Creatures to show that little bit of that different, heavier vibe. Then I'm going to give them something like Crazy Nights to show this is 80s Kiss, this is pop Kiss, this is, a different vibe of Kiss. And then just because to me it's one of the top 5 Kiss records and it's really different than all the others, I'm going to give them the Ace Frehley solo album.
Nice.
All right. Let's move on. Superior records. Now, what this says is that they were reputation cementing. Okay, reputation cementing. First one, Hotter Than Hell, Jody.
Did it cement their reputation? I don't know. I mean, I love the record, but I don't think it cemented any kind of reputation. It didn't really cement anything until Alive, right?
Well,
I don't know.
It's true.
What magazine is this from, by the way? Oh, okay.
Karen just found it for me a week or 2 ago, and I just thought this would be cool to talk about. So,
Yeah,
all right,
cool.
Sonny.
I'm going to say no because it wouldn't be in my top 10. So I got 5 I would hand somebody. I got 5 that I think are essential besides that, and Hotter Than Hell is not in those 10.
Ooh.
Wow.
Why, production or just the songs?
It's more production than anything else, and
Right.
The songs are okay, but there's other albums for me that have better songs.
I hear you.
Joey.
Yeah, definitely not even close for me. Hotter Than Hell would not even make probably my top 10.
Really? I'm so surprised by that. Next one, Superior Reputation Cementing, Dress to Kill. We can skip Jody. We
Yeah.
know the answer to this. It's absolutely Sonny.
It would have been in the top 5 for me. That's where I knock out the Alive records and get a Dress to Kill in there. So, yeah, absolutely.
Joey.
Yes, again, different category. So, yes, Dress to Kill is a dynamite record. Must-own record. Love it. Classics all over the place. The production is great. That's when Kiss started to become Kiss to me.
Totally.
All right, I get it. I agree. I think it's definitely superior and reputation cementing, all except for one song. I'm not even going to say it.
That song, Anything for My Baby, is dynamite.
Yeah, one of the best ever.
Okay.
Yup.
You know,
Humming.
That's all I got. It's like if there's one thing that I know, it's a piece of crap song, and that's Anything for My Baby.
He's getting the hang of it. He's getting the hang of it.
I'm not using any more of those. They're annoying, and I know everybody out there is going, Jesus, with the checks and the X's.
I think they're great.
Okay, so Rock and Roll Over. Jody, my bad.
Oh yeah, I'd say yes. Definitely cementing reputation on that one. The cover alone, I mean, it's iconic.
Yeah. Sonny.
It's one of the first records I would hand somebody. So it would have been in that top 5 list for me.
Joey.
Yes, absolutely. It cemented them into that second phase of Kiss. Even though Destroyer was a bigger record and it had all the bigger hits on it, Rock and Roll Over, the sound became Kiss for those second 3 records, meaning what you hear on Alive 2 is what you're getting on Rock and Roll Over.
All right, I agree. Love Gun. Jody.
Again, yes. I mean, Love Gun, iconic, classic. Everything on it rules. Even the cover that everyone else hates. I love it.
Sonny.
You can send your hate mail to me. It's not in my top 10.
Podcast Rock City 1.
That's the number 1.
At gmail.com. You can
bring your hate
put
mail.
Sonny's an idiot. That's your headline.
It's not my top 10. Sorry.
Wow. Joey.
Now, normally, I would rather stick my head under a bus than agree with Sonny. But I got to agree with him. I don't think it's an essential cementing, album for Kiss, meaning it didn't make Kiss what they were. Kiss at that time was already Kiss. So if anything, coming off of Rock and Roll Over and Destroyer, Love Gun might have fell off the mark a tiny bit. It's an amazing record, don't get me wrong, but no, I don't think it was as good as the 2 before, and obviously the one that comes after that, which is Alive 2.
Okay, I agree with Jody on this one. So you guys are wrong. Let's see the next the next one. Reputation cementing, and only one of 2 solo albums to make this list. Ace Frehley. Jody.
You know my answer. Of course it is.
Yep. Sonny.
It's the second best solo album, but yes, it is in my top 10, and it would be on this side of the 5.
Yeah, I know. We know you love Peter's album. But...
Yeah, right.
Joey.
So again, for this category, no. For the first category, would I want to hand Ace's record to someone in my top 5? Yes. But to me, it didn't cement their legacy, didn't cement their sound, didn't do whatever this category is. So for this category, no. For the top 5, essential Kiss records to kind of have in your collection, yes.
All right. I think that it's a superior record. Next one. Paul Stanley solo record. Jody.
I think it's the best solo record, but thinking about what Joey said, I think he's right. I don't know that it really cemented any kind of anything for Kiss, even though it totally rules. So I'd say no.
Well, would you say that it cemented them, their solo album cemented them as a supergroup to the point where even though they didn't sell great, even though they weren't all wonderful, they still were another band that could have done this? And
I mean, it's definitely kind of made them seem way larger than life, because what other bands doing 4 solo albums at once? Even if they did ship them all back or whatever, but I don't know.
Right. I think the release of the 4 of them kind of did what you're talking about, but not any one of them individually. None of them, became big hits. Obviously, Ace had New York Groove, but none of them did anything for the band. If anything, it eventually hurt the band, right?
Totally.
Look at Peter Criss right there.
Stone cold sober.
Yeah.
Sonny.
He's railed up.
Good one. Thank you very much for that, Jody. Sonny, what do you think?
When people ask me what my favorite Kiss album is, it's Asylum, because I don't ever count the solo albums as part of that. If people ask me what my favorite Kiss album is and you include everything, it's actually Paul Stanley's solo album.
Wow.
So this would be an album I hand to somebody and say, the best songwriter in Kiss released this. This is why Kiss exists. in the 70s. This is why I lived through the 80s, through the 90s, and is around today. Because the dude who wrote all this is a dude who wrote the best songs of Kiss.
Amen.
Wow. If Paul Stanley ever listens to this show, he'll want to come on.
He's
rigatoni.
currently riding his bike around the world, I think.
Yeah. I don't like peas, and I don't need no rigatoni. I know how to make all that, but, whatever.
Hey, wear your mask, dude.
Yes. Joey.
No, again, I love the record. It's one of my favorite Kiss records of all time, but it's not one of the records that cemented them for their sound. It's not, a groundbreaking record that this is Kiss. It's not Kiss. It's Paul Stanley. It's totally different. So, for Sonny's argument, to me, it's completely backwards. Yes, it's a great record, and I understand it being maybe even his favorite record, but it's not one of the essential sound, altering Kiss records.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dynasty, Jody.
I'd say no. I think Dynasty's it's good and everything, but I think it hurt the band more than anything,
Sonny.
I have it in my second set of 5. I would hand that as a cementing thing. I Was Made for Loving You. Like, people that don't even know that's Kiss and like the song. So there's something about it that had staying power. I wish it was Sure Knows Something and not I Was Made for Loving You, but I didn't get to choose that.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus, that was one of your first records you got that day, like that and Animalize,
That's right.
right? So you got like a little attachment to that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Joey.
Again, no, it's more about the categories. These categories are so kind of wacky for me. Dynasty is a great record too, but it's not one of those essential, Kiss records.
Okay.
Agree.
Okay, Sonny, what are they people saying about Dynasty and the solo albums and stuff?
Well, Javier said, Hold Me, Touch Me is not a song I would basically wish upon anybody. Glenn liked my take on the solo album, Paul's solo album. People are all over Love Gun, of course. People love Love Gun so much they wanted the email address to send me the hate mail, so I sent them the email address. And not everybody believes Dynasty is essential.
Jerry Kern just came in the room. What's up, Jerry?
Hey, Jerry Kern.
Okay, so next album on the list. Are we ready for this one? I don't know where this is. This one's going to go. Unmasked. Jody.
I mean, you know how much I love the record, but I don't think that it's like cementing anything to them. I think it hurt them just as much as Dynasty did, They were like having that run of Dynasty and Mask, The Elder. I think that's what killed Kiss in the late 70s, early 80s,
Yeah. Sonny.
Yeah, see, this whole cementing essential thing, like I was kind of looking at it, is it essential or does it cement anything they do? No. But kind of what Joey was talking about before is if I'm handing somebody 5 Kiss albums and say, hey, I want you to give this band a shot, I want to give something that has a lot of breadth to it, right? So my 5 would actually be the Paul Stanley solo album, Asylum, Rock and Roll Over, Dressed to Kill, and Unmasked. Because most of everything on those albums is listenable. So if you're a hair metal fan or you're a pop fan, you get everything in the middle. You don't have to, wade through Almost Human or some of that stuff that gets really crazy on some of those other records. And you don't have to worry about it being live or anything like that. You want studio recording. Because if I'm trying out a new band, there's no way I want to start with a live album. I want to know what these guys sound like in the studio, then compare it to how they sound live, if that makes sense. So Unmasked would be there for me.
Joey?
Yeah, for the same reason what Sonny said. So for this category, no, Unmasked, of course, is not even close to that. But it would have been in my, originally when we talked about this topic, Joe, when you sent us the topic for today, we were talking about our 5 best Kiss albums, our 5 worst Kiss albums, and then in the middle, those 5 good Kiss albums that maybe not underrated, but kind of like those middle ground Kiss albums. So those are the categories that I was looking at. Like, I don't know how to categorize what we're talking about right now. So, Unmasked would have been in that middle category for me, like one of the albums you wouldn't necessarily talk about all the time, but it's a good album that you should really visit every once in a while.
Absolutely.
I revisit it every week.
I love it. I just watched the whole Sydney show today. I love that show.
Oh,
I do too.
Absolutely. Next,
I wished I would have watched that versus Extract.
Hey, let me ask you guys this though: do you think though that it is a step up for the Unmasked album to be put in the same category as Hotter Than Hell and Dressed to Kill and Rock and Roll Over and Love Gun and Ace's album? Because I wouldn't have thought that would have made it into that category.
I think what's happening there is because they've lasted so long that people are going back and almost discovering Unmasked as a new album because they never gave it a shot to begin with, or they listened to it one time and put it in a drawer. Same thing's happening with like Motley Crue's 94 album, like some of these albums that Warrant's Dog Eat Dog, like there's Warrant's fans never heard that album, and all of a sudden they listen and go, oh, that's not so bad. The reason they turned it off was because it was supposedly their grunge album and their band was going to die off if they would listen to something like that. So I think it's like anything else. If it sticks around a while, people go back and start discovering stuff.
That's a good point. Okay, next album on the Superior Reputation Cementing list is Lick It Up. Lick It Up! Jody.
As far as cementing reputation, I say yes. I mean, took the makeup off, had a big hit again. It's a great record. I like it. I dig it.
Sonny.
I agree with Jody only because they took their makeup off. If they do not take their makeup off at Lick It Up and they take their makeup off at Creatures would be the album everybody's talking about. I think no matter when you take the makeup off, you could take the makeup off at Elder and Elder would be the album everybody's talking about. It's the makeup that's driving it.
Totally.
Joey.
I definitely disagree with Sonny. I do think that this is what's the category exactly? What's the title again?
Superior Reputation Cementing.
Reputation Cementing, because this is where Kiss is back. This is gonna cement their reputation in the new world of rock in the 80s and stuff like that. So yes, Lick It Up fits perfectly into that category. But I don't think it's only because the makeup came off. I do think that was the major part of it. But I don't know if Creatures would have done the same thing. I think the reason why Lick It Up did that is because of the song Lick It Up. And I don't think there was a song on Creatures that would have been as radio/MTV friendly as Lick It Up.
Not Danger.
I mean, I like Creatures more. Don't get me wrong. I like Creatures more. But Lick It Up, the song itself, is what made Kiss alive again.
I feel better now that Joey's disagreeing with me. That's a better place to be.
Me too.
All right. Last album, Revenge. Jody.
Are we going to bother asking Jody?
No, definitely not.
No.
I mean, Gene looks cool, but the record itself, it's a snoozer.
Sonny.
I don't think it's one of those middle albums, right? There's 24, 26 discs or something like that. It would always be 13, 14, somewhere in there for me. I don't think so.
Joey, same?
Absolutely not. To me, again, I've said it before. I'll say it again. It's the most overrated Kiss record.
Wow.
Man knows what he's talking about.
Oh, my God. Really? Jody, don't help.
Jody, you got the graphics. I got the brains. We're ready to go. We don't need these two.
You ain't got the look that Joe and I got. So what you going to do about that?
You don't have this, baby.
Okay, so you guys out there, I almost feel like if you're listening to this on the podcast, which a lot of you do, last week we had 13,000 people download and play it. Thank you very much for that. Even though you're downloading it, you can still do that, but come enjoy the show with us and hang out on our group Facebook group page, or you can even look for us on the YouTube page. People are commenting and commenting and commenting along with us. They're part of the show. Sonny, can you read some of the comments?
Glenn said, I think the midget fire breather and All Hell's Breaking Loose is enough to win any new fans. Javier said, Lick It Up's their best non-makeup album. Glenn had an interesting point. A lot of my friends, because he was asking me, how come you wouldn't give somebody a heavier side of Kiss? And I tend to shy away from the heavier side of Kiss because I think I like the pop elements of Kiss. So he said a lot of my friends only saw Kiss as a pop band. So I love the chance to play Them Creatures Lick It Up. Dare I say Carnival? How dare you? Carnival?
dare you.
Glenn. Good Lord. So good comments.
Okay, so now we've got two more lists, and we're running long here. So
what are the other two lists? What are they? Quick, just what are the categories?
I'm gonna just say the records on them, and you guys are gonna tell me what doesn't belong. Okay, so
Sure.
Good, worth exploring. Just say yes or no. Gene Simmons solo album.
Yes.
No.
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 Not worth exploring? Come on now. It's interesting.
Kiss, Music from the Elder. Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Exactly what that perfectly fit into this category. Yes.
Big
Sonny.
ass pitcher coaster. That's what that is.
Right out the window.
Right out the window. Animalized. Yes.
I like it. I'd say yeah.
Definitely.
Yes. One of the most underrated Kiss records, I think.
Yes. Asylum.
Agree. Asylum, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Every
100%.
household should own.
Yes.
Crazy Nights. No.
I could take or leave that one.
Yes.
I don't know. Nevison did a lot for Heart. I would say yes.
Great record.
Last two in that part, Hot in the Shade. That album's grown on me really bad. It's super long, but I love it actually.
I dig that one too, man.
Yeah, these are all worth exploring. Why not? Of course.
Yeah.
Sonny's at a right?
Yeah, it's too long.
Last one, most surprising one on the entire list, and it gets a from me. I don't have time to go over and hit the X. Sonic Boom.
For me too.
Wait 6 years and spend your $10 on the new Hailstorm album that comes out in 2009, and you'd be better off.
Yeah, without a doubt. Don't even bother putting it on. No need to explore it at all.
Yeah, I have 4 copies of this on vinyl, and I cannot
Jesus
get
Christ.
through it.
Then you have 4 drink coasters.
Can we give one away, please, this week?
No. They're colored vinyl. I can't do that.
Yeah.
All right. Now, here are the records to avoid. There's 3. Are we ready for this? Monster. I say no, that doesn't belong on there.
Oh, my God. You have to avoid
Are you saying
that.
avoid it or
costs.
not avoid it?
Avoid it.
I would not avoid it. It brought me back into Kiss, dude, after a few years of Kiss burnout. In like 2012 when it came out, I hadn't listened to Kiss in like 5 years. And it brought me
Sonny.
back.
It's better than Monster, so I wouldn't avoid it. I mean, it's better than Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom. Right. Okay. And Joey?
To me, easily the worst Kiss record.
Wow. Worse than
Ouch.
Sonic Boom.
Yes.
Worse than The Elder.
There's
Worse
a
than
couple.
Symphony?
There's a couple. Well, Symphony's a close second, but yeah, there's a couple songs on Sonic Boom. I mean, Delilah's great on Sonic Boom. There's a couple good ones on there. Monster almost has nothing listenable.
Okay. Carnival of Souls. I love that record. Jody does
I
not.
avoid that one like the plague.
Sonny?
Ugh,
Yep.
bad.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it. That would be a middle of the road record for me. I don't mind. Again, I love that Kiss does all these different genres, so I enjoy that record.
For me, I wasn't a big fan of grunge. So by the time I heard that, I'm like, oh my God, Kiss can't even do it. I'm done. And I just stopped listening to grunge.
I love that record. I love how heavy it is, and I love that it's just so in your face, and it's just awesome. Last record, you guys out there, thank you for joining us this week. I really do appreciate it. I want to hear what you guys think. Don't forget podcast Rock City 1, that's the number 1, at gmail.com. You can send us any kind of comment about the show that you would like. And the final record to avoid, Psycho Circus. Jody.
I never listened to that one. I can't get into that one. I like the song, and I like We Are One, and that's about it. Oh, and Journey of 1,000. I like those 3, but the rest throw away.
God, I don't know. Sonny.
To me, it's the best out of the 3 new ones.
Really?
So,
That's not
I
saying
wouldn't
much,
avoid it.
but that's
Yeah,
not
I wouldn't
saying
avoid
much.
It's worth it just for the title track. I don't know why people hate the title track. I think it's great.
I
Oh,
like
the
the title track.
is really great. Yeah, Joey.
Yeah, I when I remember putting Psycho Circus on, being pumped, hearing that song, going, yes, I can't wait for the rest of this record. And then all of a sudden I went, oh no. So yeah, I mean, I don't hate the record. There are a couple of good songs on it, but why not avoid it? There's nothing worth going back to over and over again. That's for sure.
This is another record that when I got it on vinyl, one of my students gave it to me, and I was like, oh, I've listened to this before, but it has been 10 years since I'd listened to it. I put it on and I listened to it, and I sat in my room, and I was like, damn, there's really some pretty decent songwriting on that record, and I don't understand why anybody would not enjoy that, except for the fact that they know who's playing on it and who's not playing, you know, that whole folklore thing. So Jeff Trott, thank you, my friend, has the copy, the red copy of Sonic Boom for me. He knew which one I needed. We've had this discussion.
Hold on a second. You hate the record and you're going to get another one?
Because he's a completist.
Yeah, there's bootlegs out. It's a purple, a green, a red, and a blue vinyl. And I have 3 out of the 4. And he also said that Modern Day Delilah is the best Kiss song since Revenge. So
I don't.
This song, what's this Revenge song?
No, you know, since the Revenge album. Here's the other thing. Glenn wrote, no Kiss album should be avoided. They all bring something to the table. I agree with that.
Yeah, I would say. Like,
I
check
agree
them
with
all
that
out.
too.
But in this little game, it's like, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I say it again. Over the last few years, and I know everyone's going to send the hate mail to Sonny. I got to tell you, for anyone out there who hasn't listened in a long time, go revisit the Peter Criss solo album. Go revisit it. It's a really good record. It really is. It's a good record.
I agree 100%. I love that record. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for coming on. Sonny, happy birthday, man.
Well, thank you.
We were there, Sonny.
Yeah, I can't believe another year has passed. It's been so amazing the way this just went by. It was just March when we were all going into quarantine, and here we are in October. It's your birthday again. Like, sincerely, happy birthday. It's wonderful that we're all still here. Jody, do you have anything to add?
Nope. Thanks for listening. Sorry for my technical difficulties and my just regular difficulties as well. So
That's okay. Sonny.
Joe, you turn the big 5-0 soon, don't you? Less than a week, right?
That's the 22nd.
22nd.
Whoa.
Oh, it's a little bit over a week.
Yeah. I'll
The
be
big
50.
5-0.
Sonny,
half a century.
you don't look 10 years older than Joe. You're almost 10 years older than Joe.
Really?
Wow. I didn't realize that.
I hate you, Joey.
Say hi to your wife for me, by the way.
I will.
Joey. Oh, Joey, tell everybody where they could get your book.
Book is on sale, Amazon.com, Wrestling with Joey Licious. And my autobiography is still up there, Start with a Dream. Forward by Peter Criss. All my Kiss stories, all me growing up a Kiss fan in the 80s. If you love Kiss, it's all about Kiss, and me on being on tour with them is a lot of fun. Just go on Amazon and type in Sonny Pooney.
Absolutely. And you can get Jody's new record on Hey Pizza Records as well. And it is very good. I've listened to it a bunch of times. I've even loaned it out to people so they could go, oh, I like this. And then they went and bought it.
Isn't that copyright infringement?
Wow, Joe. Wow.
Wait, no. I didn't say I
Isn't that the poor man's version of Napster?
Yes, see, there it is, the laid backs. Now wait, hold on. I did not copy it for them. I loaned it to them to listen to.
Yeah, and then they copied it.
No. I know for sure they bought the records. I know for
Jody,
sure.
you should get some extra money from Joe.
we ain't making any money anyway. So if anyone wants to hear it, I'd like for them to hear it. You know what I mean? So it's cool.
Right.
It's streaming everywhere for free. So check us out.
You know what I'm going to say. We love podcasts, and we love Kiss podcasts, most of them anyway. And you're going to hear the commercials for all the ones that we love right after this in 3, 2, 1, peace.